Hey guys, Ryan here, and today we're bringing you two replays in two different tier 6 light tanks. First one's going to be in Highway Standard Battle. I'm going to be in the Rover. Very powerful tier 6 tank. It did have the highest win rate of any tier 6 vehicle. I don't know if it still does, but I wouldn't be surprised if it did. So, very powerful, overpowered vehicle. Now in this game, I'm going to be teaming with Vampiric Monarch. And I think we're top tier, or it could be a tier 7 game. Yeah, it's a tier 7 game. This, and we don't have really the ideal spawn. The other spawn's better for spawning in my opinion. But the reason I show you two games is these are actually going to be two back-to-back games. Now again, this is from a couple months ago when the M60 op was still going and it was like the April Fool's thing and all that shit. And what happened was, it was pretty late in the evening. It was getting on to about 11 PM and Liam goes, "Do you want to play World of Tanks?" I didn't really, but I hadn't done my 3 daily battles yet, so I thought, fuck it. Yeah, I'll play for 3 games, you pick what tier you want. And of course he picks tier 6 because he's grinding his Nashorn, so both games are going to be tier 6 as I stated earlier. And I just keep picking different tanks just to switch things up. And I decided to start with the Rovers to have a bit of speed. I actually managed to bounce the Satyr's premium APCR round off the side of my tank. At the start, and I was trying to do some spotting things, and in hindsight, coming to the field is never a good idea from the spawn that I'm at. The other spawns is better. By the way, because this was a few months ago, and during the April Fool's thing, what it does mean is, I'm pretty sure, I don't have speed equipment on any of the light tank, because it wasn't in the game yet. So, just keep in mind that I do not have speed equipment. And I'm chasing after the Satyr because I know he's got really bad DPM, so I'm thinking if I can just go in, I should be able to win a gunfight with him. Now, what do I think I'm safe here at the side of the bridge? I can get shot from over towards the town. It's not ideal. And I'm just going to try and sneak shots in wherever I can. Pick up a kill there on the VK. Stay in the move because there is 2 artillery who I don't really want to get hit by. I'm a light tank, that's never a good thing. Hearing artist shells landing nearby, which again is terrifying. And as always, if I see a light tank, I'm trying to damage a light tank. It's kind of the key in most games. But more so when you're in a light tank yourself, because killing lights makes everyone's game easier, but it especially makes your team's light tanks have an easier time of it. And they can spot a lot better for you if you kill the enemy lights. Putting shot after shot into this Tiger. I do get hit by the, I don't even know who it is. Someone managed to sneak a shot into me anyway from up on the ridge. Trying to sneak a shot into the Tiger. I get spotted by the light tank who's come all the way over. Thankfully I do get a couple shots in him before he escapes. And then I get shot again by a Cross Panther. Now 170 hit points. And again, as I said, coming to this part of the map, I came here at my own risk. It's just not good. In fact, to be fair, we've actually done a lot better than I probably should have going to that part of the map. And now's the time to play a bit more carefully, now that I'm only on 70 hit points. Gonna fall back, I see the light tank. Shame I didn't see my teammate. Get one shot into the light, now I'm starting to weep, because I'm one shot by anything and I will die. Now, I'm circling back here to try and get shots down at the AMX-12T. Use the bush as cover. Do a one shot in there. And now I'm actually kind of struggling to hit this guy. And at this point, I probably should have loaded the APCR just for extra shell velocity. Just to make it a little bit easier to hit him. Now the hard part is, there's a lot of terrain over there that he's going up and down. I can't quite see where the terrain is as I get a nice blind shot on him. Because of the bushes I was aiming through. Now there is a medium tank, I believe it is, from the description, climbing up the hill towards Liam and the rest of my team. I can't really do much about that. And unfortunately what that means is that medium over there is spotting everyone. And when someone's spotting people and there's 2 artillery, that never ends well for the people being spotted. And you see actually Liam gets killed by the artillery. Now you saw, I didn't fire my shot there because I would have been spotted. So I hold my shot because I'm on 70 hit points. I almost fired. I was tempted, but then I realised that with me being on such low hit points, it's better that I get to a bit of a safer position here. Managed to sneak up behind the light tank that was still alive from earlier, amazingly enough. And now I decide I need to go get artillery. Unfortunately, the artillery's thinking about getting me as well, and he actually almost nails me after I go undetected. And right now I'm thinking, my team can handle the other guy, and even if they all fail to kill him, I'm a light tank on highway, I'll easily be able to outspot him and get back and kill him. Now also, that artillery firing at me actually let me know kind of general direction of where he's at. I'm also out of standard rounds, so premium it is. But I'm shooting artillery, so I don't mind firing premium at artillery, if I'm honest. Over the ridge. He's about to fire, which means I know I don't have anything to worry about. Pick up the one already kill, and I'll see if I can go get myself a Pascucci's. Now, the good news, I say good news, our artillery's dead, meaning I don't have to worry about, as I'm putting shots into the other artillery, friendly artillery coming in and killing him. What I have to be worried about is being killed by him, because he doesn't have to hit me to kill me. I've sent the hit points, this artillery can miss me and I'm still going to die. Now, if the artillery was paying attention, he'll be looking this direction. So I'd come over the ridge to have a look. He's indeed, so move to the left and move at a kind of perpendicular angle to him, just so he has to keep swinging the artillery around. That way his aiming reticle will be as wide as possible. He'll put the shot here, but I'm going to take a few extra shots than usual, and he's going to try and ram kill, which he can do, and he's actually faster than me when I'm reversing, so that could have been embarrassing. And I pick up the final kill of this game, and this was a huge XP game, and I don't know why it was a huge XP game. But I'm not going to complain. So, MVP, I think that stupid spaceship thing's going to show up. I think it's like 2,270 base. Which is ridiculous considering I wasn't even fighting tier 8 tanks. But 2,400 damage, 2,800 assistance, 6 kills for the Top Gun. Pascucci's as well, which is not best medal in the game. The one for killing 3 artillery is the best medal in the game, but I forgot what it's called. Dimitri's or Berta's. And Liam managed to come second on the team. So yeah, if anyone knows why that was so much XP, please let me know, because I wasn't expecting to see numbers like that unless I was fighting tier 8. Now, that was the first game of the 3 that I played that evening. Now we're going to go to the second, which Liam's obviously still playing his Nashorn because he's grinding it, and I decided to change things up, and I got on the T50-2, another very powerful tier 6 light tank. And interestingly enough, I think it's going to be another tier 7 game, which is always beneficial. And really what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try and spot the middle, which would be a bit of a risky plan on Sand River here, and usually doesn't work, but I'm going to try it anyway. I was actually having a quick look to the left of the map there on the K-line to see if I wanted to travel down there. Now, so I'm going to say is, I've only shown 2 games here. There was a third game after this one in the Object 244, a tank I don't play too often, but I actually quite like. And I did get an ace tanker in the third game, so it was going to be 3 ace tankers that I was going to show, but the 244 game wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the crazy amount of damage, I only got 7 kills, so that's why I got the ace. So I didn't want to show the 244 one because it wasn't a very interesting game to watch, although it is an interesting tank. Anyway, as I get to position, back it up, going to spot people, and now I just wait for some assistance. There are some people coming down the centre, team-wise, who might be able to get shots in. The only issue is there's no artillery, and I say issue because I could be getting assistance from artillery right now. Now, I don't want to shoot at anyone because I don't want to get spotted. That's why I'm just going to be sitting here, so you see the P-43 turret, I'm not going to fire. And then eventually, I haven't got much assistance here. One of my teammates kills himself, top tier Leo. Now's the time for me to take matters into my own hand. And thankfully this tree's actually giving me some cover, so I'm not actually being spotted. Now, I'll load APCR as well because the P-43 turret is actually pretty strong. I'm not saying like super strong to rely on it, but against lower tier light tanks, its turret's actually pretty good. Looking around a bit more, looking at the map and trying to decide on what I want to do next. I'm thinking K-Line, where I was looking towards the start of the game. Or at least that general area to do a bit of spotting as well. So racing over there to see what I can see. Spot again in the distance. Gonna see if I can't get shots at him. He backs up just in time. I'm going to climb up to the top of the sand dune. Now, shooting from on top of these sand dunes is always dangerous whenever you climb up. Because if you get spotted, chances are a lot of people can see you, especially from their base. And they do have, you know, a few TDs. Not many, only like 6 or 7 of them. Including an E25, as I just ran into our E25. That was an accident. Didn't mean to do that, but you know, they're very small and hard to see. Now I am racing up. Now, I'm going to try and get a bit of spotting off and do a bit of farming, but unfortunately I get spotted, which is not ideal for me. I'd love to be farming the buggy right now in the side. But unfortunately I can't actually farm him while I'm being spotted. So moving around, you see their light tanks being a real pain in the ass. And I'm thinking about what to do about that. Using the building as cover to hide me from their TDs near their base. And now, APCR in for shell velocity. And apparently penetration, because you just saw I bounced off them. Not that I can complain, I bounced a setter's APCR round in the first game, and the setter actually has a lot of penetration, so, you know, I can't complain about bouncing off light tanks. Right, I'm still in full health, and now I've decided, with a teammate up top, I'm going to go join him. Fly over, pick up the kill on the Panther, and I'll start racing in the try and get the shot on the T-37, I think it's called. Now he's got more alpha than me, he's got a bit of a longer reload, so I'd say I could put multiple shots and finish him off. Switch back to the AP round, I don't need shell velocity anymore, and start moving. Now VK thing, I can pan, or should be able to pan with AP. I'm going to have a try and peek out towards their TD hill. And I do actually notice quite a few things. Jagdpanther is obviously a pretty well armored TD against lower tier tanks, especially light tanks. It doesn't have great armor, but again, lower tier light tanks, it's got pretty good armor. AT7 is going to be a fucking pain in the ass to pan frontally. And again, it's one of those tanks where usually you think about the ATs as having no armor. But again, when you're playing these light tanks that have lower pen guns, they're just painful to play against. That's kind of where 6.0 accuracy comes into play, so at least you can hit their cupola. Now I got spotted. The VK, or some tank over towards my left, gets picked up. T-34 got picked up. The VK's still alive. I'm going to start making my way over here, and as I do, gonna notice that the VK's actually got quite a lot of hit points left. Similar to the amount that I've got, and he's got a bigger gun than me. I did get hit by someone there. I'm not sure who it was because I didn't see them, but it wasn't very much alpha, so it might have been the E25 that I know they've got on their team, because I saw on the team list. Can't really complain about them having the E25, because at least our team got one as well. He's actually with me on this side of the map. He's the one who picked up the T-3045. In fact, there he is, the one I crashed into earlier. Trying to wait till I'm unspotted. Aim in for the weak point. And I'll start trying to farm it. Friendly E25's been killed by enemy E25, and you just saw a shell hit the dirt there that I'm pretty sure was the enemy E25 trying to loop a shell over at me. Thankfully, a teammate kills the VK4, which is great, because he was kind of spotting me every time I poked out. Now I'll only really get spotted if I fire. Moving a bit closer forwards, and I actually spot the E25. And now, focus fire, he is the priority target. Always fire the E25s. Every game, basically, but especially in Tier 7 games, where they're top tier, you want to try and kill those guys as quick as possible. Now the AT-7 started turning towards me. I almost got shot for focusing the E25, but thankfully I've got enough hit points to survive a shot from an AT-7. I'm going to risk a poke in a moment. You see him hit the rock in front of me, so I almost got shot for that, but again, it was a fairly safe bet to do because I had the hit points to survive a shot. And now, me and Liam are at either side of an E25 about to go for a fight, and I thought the E25 was going to go farm him. What's going to happen is the E25 is going to turn around and try and fight me, and I don't want any part of this. I'm going to try and get round them. Bit of the handbrake. And I'll just farm as many shots as I can into him. Liam's going to get the kill. And just auto-lock the buggy across map. A nice game. Always feels good when you beat an E25 in anything. Not as good XP-wise as the first game, but still two very fun, very powerful Tier 6 light tanks, and two back-to-back ace tankers as well. This was another game of over 2,000 damage, 2,200 damage, 2,100 assistance, only 2 kills, but still just under 2,000 base XP. So thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one.